Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in St. Michael's on WYRE. This is the small village where Nicola Bulley disappeared exactly 3 weeks ago. And I'm going to try and investigate the scene, because when something isn't adding up, when it doesn't make any sense, when it's still a complete mystery, I'm lucky in that I only live an hour away, and I've come here with a friend to see if we can try and study some of the theories that I put forward in my video yesterday and to see what we can see. So we're coming up to the river here in St. Michael's. Jay, do you know how I would pronounce the name of the river? WYRE. Why?
Why? Yeah.
St. Michael's on Y. So, yeah. Let me try and get you some shots of the actual water. What's that? So a lot of well-wishers with the flowers and the banners. Some very personal messages of hope and of hoping that she's found safe and well. So this is the river. We're going to try and get a bit closer to the spot in question, but I just want to give you guys some statistics that you can verify yourselves. In January, the rainfall in the northwest of England, where we are, was 132% above average. So that's almost 2.5 times more rain in January, and she disappeared on the 27th of January. So this slow-moving river you see here, we've had not very much rainfall. There was a lot more rainfall. This river would have been a lot more fast-moving on the 27th of January. This is the parish church here in St. Michael's, right next to the river. So the most people we see are media people with big cameras, broadcast cameras, tripods, and big media vans with satellite transmission technology on the top. Probably Sky News, this one. Okay guys, we've just come from the main bridge where the news crews are getting set up. Now, I don't know how well it's going to come out on video, but you can see with the 132% more rainfall in January than normal, you can see the level where all the vegetation's been folded over, and it's not as green. On this side as well, you can see over there, let me zoom in a bit, where the water surge in January was a lot higher than the peaceful little quiet river you see right now. We're going to get a bit closer to the...
Can you see the currents there?
Yeah, oh yeah, and the currents, even now without any proper rainfall for 2 weeks, it's a strong current down the middle. Now just imagine the river twice as deep and twice as fast. Okay, we come to the bend here with the first major sandbank. Let me just get a bit closer. Look at the side of the bank there. You can see with the extreme rainfall in January how it's just basically washed everything away. So you may not know, St. Michael's is a very, I'd say, middle-class countryside area. You know, it's a kind of like dream living, what lots of English people wish they could live in a village like this, a town like this. Population of 605, last time I checked. But we come across here, there's a first policeman. Good afternoon. Hello, guys. Just to give you guys an idea of some of the houses along the river here. Here's one with a thatched roof, or half a thatched roof. Let's read this out from, no, we don't need to read it all out. Nicola, 45, described as white, 5'3", light brown, shoulder length hair, speaks with an Essex accent. Her hair was tied in a ponytail. She was last seen wearing a long black gilet jacket with a hood, black jeans and olive green ankle wellies. So continuing along the river, you come through a public gate, obviously to keep livestock in, and we're going to continue along the river until we find the bench, guys. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the spot here, center of the image. You will see a brown wooden bench underneath the tree, and this is the spot where her dog was found dry. Her mobile phone was on the bench, top left of screen now, and this particular section of the river is very slow moving here. It doesn't get more rapid until further around the bend, but you can see here on the bank, with the excessive above average rainfall in January, how it would have made the vegetation look like what you're looking at now. We just had confirmation from a passerby that yes, this is the exact spot where she was last seen. Now, interesting to note, the police did not secure this area forensically, which is a big source of stress for everyone involved, because surely the first thing you do is you secure the potential crime scene. No one knows if there's been a crime committed, but here she is. This one here says she's gone missing from her home in Inskip. Inskip's one of the neighboring villages, I believe, that we passed through. So just to give you an idea, dry dog found here, mobile phone on this bench, and slow moving water. But again, I know I have to keep reiterating this. The water was a lot more deep, a lot deeper, and a lot more a lot faster flowing. Forgetting how to speak English here. Jeez. Now, I am not a detective. I'm not Sherlock Holmes. Just a man with a camera. But I believe there's no harm in coming down here and having a look. As you can see, it's very muddy and slippy now. Imagine just straight after heavy rain. There's a very steep cliff here where people... I'm not saying she did, nobody knows. But if you fall in over here, you're not going to be able to climb out on this bank. You cannot see how steep it is, but it's, yeah, that's 80 degrees. That one there is 40 degrees. And there's the bench. So we come from the bench where Nicola Bulley was last seen, and 50 yards away, there's this abandoned outhouse here that says private land on the window. Now, of course, this is just for curiosity. I'm not expecting anything to be in here, but let me see if I can make it a bit brighter. Can you guys see? I can't even see what I'm filming. I'm having to stretch here, but can you see anything in there, viewers? Anything? So interesting to note as well, since Jordan and I came here just 20 minutes ago, we've seen about a dozen dog walkers, ramblers, hikers, couples having a walk, people enjoying the countryside, primarily dog walkers like Nicola was doing when she disappeared. But it doesn't look like a... Sorry about the wind noise. First of all, apologies for the wind noise. I'm trying to fix it by cupping my hand over the area. But this area doesn't seem like the kind of place you could drag away either a kicking and screaming hostage or a wrapped up body. I just...
9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock in the morning at prime retired folk dog walking time. I just don't see a killer or a kidnapper being able to escape this countryside area. There's houses all around without being seen. There's houses on the other side of the bank here. Sorry, not the other side, but the other bank. Sorry, my strap is flapping in the wind.
Right.
So just off camera, we just bump into a fellow YouTuber, Curtis, from the channel Nicola Bulley case. He set up a specific channel. He's here with his GoPro having a look. And he tells me that he believes the water was actually quieter and not as high as it is now. And we've had a bit of a discussion, a complete discussion about rainfall. Had a look at the statistics for January. I still stand by the fact that it was probably a lot busier, a lot more fast flowing. But I'm going to have a look at the videos, the news videos from late January, see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. So, just here with a YouTuber, Curtis. We're just having a look, and yes, he is right. There are large rocks just underneath the surface. I don't know if you can see. So on the steep hill, if you fall over and bump your head on the rocks, you're not going to do so well. So you can see just through the trees, this is the caravan park where the police 3 weeks later started some inquiries. This was the caravan park that you saw in the news yesterday. There's the river right there. Here's the caravan park from the news. And so I'm told the police have checked the CCTV from those houses, because this is obviously a potential escape route. The gentleman from ITN getting ready. It's all going to go live in half an hour at 1 o'clock. Okay, so you may not know this, but Nicola and her partner Paul and their 2 children live in a town called Inskip, which is 3 miles from here. The reason why Nicola was in St. Michael's was she was dropping the 2 children off at the school, who are aged 6 and 9, and she obviously decided to go for a picturesque walk with a doggy here by the river. So here's Sky News, BBC, and you've got ITN over there, the 3 main ones here in the UK. And the eagle-eyed viewers may say that car there looks very similar to Nicola Bulley's family car. Okay, we're obviously here in St. Michael's. The news are going to start the report at 1 o'clock. What's your first name, please, sir?
David.
David. And David, what do you think happened?
What do I think happened?
Yeah, your personal theory. Do you live locally?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Holton Field.
And is that nearby?
Yeah, it's about a mile and a half.
Mile and a half.
Towards Blackpool.
Okay,
yeah.
Brilliant. Can I please ask you to speak up a tiny bit, more than you normally would? What do you think happened?
Blimey. Well, bearing in mind that they've just released new details of Nicola's situation, let's say, I'd say that I don't think she's in the river.
Really? Why do you not think she's in the river?
They've searched the river extensively from here to the sea.
But do you think, is there a chance they... Sorry, carry on.
So, bearing that in mind, I would suggest that her mental situation isn't particularly good, so she may have sought to be on her own for some time, I don't know. Who knows, but I mean...
It's a hell of a mystery.
It's a hell of a mystery.
What do you think about the other theories that she's been kidnapped or seized by a bad party, a hostile party? What do you think about that?
It's a definite possibility, but I would put that to the back of my suspicions, to be honest. I would suspect that she's probably gone, if she's still around, she's still alive, I would suggest she's gone on her own somewhere, and
that's what we're all hoping. She's had a mental crisis, just had sick of life, sick of being a mum, sick of the countryside, sick of everything.
Yeah, that's a possibility. You know, having suffered mental problems myself, depression and things like that, it's a definite possibility.
And how do you think the police have handled this entire incident?
I think they've done the best they could, really. I think they've got the professionals in who analyse the river very much in detail.
Yeah.
And they've done the best they could.
And the police believe she fell in the river and that's where she is. Why do you not think they're correct?
Because of the searches that have been done, the amount of detail they've gone into searching the riverbed.
But could they not have searched it and just missed her?
No. The equipment they used, particularly the private company they got in,
Yeah.
which I can't remember the name of, but
Was that advanced underwater search stuff? Yeah, fair enough.
with that in mind, they would see anything on the riverbed. They would definitely see. They can see into almost every detail that's on the riverbed. So if she's there, they would have found her. Definitely, I would suspect very strongly she's not there now. This river is tidal. I know it's tidal, but it's not very strong tidally. So if something's in the river, it gets taken out by a slow tide. It gets brought back in by the same tide, by the tide coming back in again. So if she's around, if she's gone in the river, she would have been found, I would say.
I just want to say thank you so much for your thoughts, and I really appreciate you talking to me today. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Coming this way now is a police van, a countryside-y police Ford Ranger. Working in rural communities, it said. It's 5 to 1. The news channel's getting ready to do the live reports for the 1 o'clock lunchtime news here from the bridge.
I'm just politely asking if you could just
No, but
be in my line when I'm doing my live.
As I said, we've been discussing it. We're not going to be in your shop.
It's just gonna distract me, so I'd rather just not be put off because normally people wouldn't stand right in my eye line. So I'm
sorry to say this, it's an awfully unreasonable request of you to say don't be in my eye line. We're not going to, it's very unreasonable and also maybe a bit.
Do you mean directly in front of your middle view? 'Cause I'm going to be slightly to the side.
We're not going to be in your eye line.
I'm going to be like this angle.
It's just normally like, I don't know if you guys do like lots of other YouTube videos where there's like
Yeah.
around. Normally we would just work together on the ground, work around each
No,
other.
of course, no, but
It's not a really unreasonable request. It's a really normal request in these sort of circumstances, and we would never stand in like any other broadcast. It's just, I know if you're not normally at these kind of places, you might not know. And like, we're more than happy to work with you and happy to be in your shots and like things like that.
Yeah.
We don't mind any of that.
But I feel that, you're going to be filming that way.
This is just my personal
Yeah.
request that you're just not in my eye line because I just don't want it to be obfuscing when I'm doing a live, which is
We won't distract you, but I still think it's an
Thank you.
unreasonable.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm going to stand not to interfere with your work, but it's an unreasonable request.
You are. It's like a standard thing that we just ask if you just can't be
This is just how we look, we normally all just work together on the ground. I just don't.
No, but how is you telling me not to stand nearby working together? It's you guys throwing your privilege of being the big news.
Don't stand right directly in the middle, behind, in front of her.
On this side of
So her eyes are somewhere else. That's not what she means.
Yes.
We're on one after the other, so we're sharing the spot. It's just like working
right.
together.
Are you filming right now?
I'm filming right now.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Which will be on YouTube.
Oh right. Well yeah, I was just, please don't stand in my line because it's just a bit off-putting.
Had you not said anything at all, we would have been polite and civilized. The fact you come over and try and say, don't do this when we've not done anything.
I'm not asking you
It's
to
just
not do
asking
something.
nicely. It's just asking a nice,
All right.
polite request.
Okay, polite request denied. Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
No worries.
Normally we kind of all work together.
Telling people not to be in your eye line because it distracts you isn't working together.
I was just hoping that you could just be the other side because I'm just going to be stood here looking at.
Okay, my final.
That sign, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, we're not gonna.
That sign, are you?
Yeah, basically
here.
right here.
Yeah.
It's like
So 45 degrees, fine.
It's just basically I'll be looking just off the camera.
We won't interfere or distract you in any way. It'll be fine. And
I mean, you already are.
already am. What do you mean? What I'm doing now is distracting.
You're just quite antagonistic.
Antagonistic. Oh, antagonistic. Just because I said no, thank you to your weird, unreasonable request. Yeah, just leave them. See that, ladies and gents? Don't stand in her eye line. Don't distract her. She'll get mad at you. So, excuse me, would you not drive past when I'm doing my important BBC News show? Learning how to drive an HGV. You did well, mate. You did well. Just get out of my shop, please. Helicopter.
Questioning whether that kind of detail should have been made public at this stage of the police.
Them explaining independent office for police conduct, specifically about comments around alcohol use, because that was all woven into a meeting the police had with Nicola 17 days before she went missing after concern about her welfare. Now, that visit is being assessed as to whether this contact with the police has to be part of an investigation. But from the family's perspective, they want the focus to be on the search for Nicola.
Bit of activity with the officers in the mobile headquarters here in the car park of the Grapes pub. So the search for Nicola Bulley continues. The feeling here in St. Michael's is quite somber, as you'd imagine. You see police driving around every few minutes. Now, the interesting development since we got here is that the British Home Secretary, which the American equivalent would be the Secretary of State, has asked for an explanation from Lancashire Police as to why they revealed the very intimate and potentially irrelevant details of her hormonal menopausal depression. Many people calling it victim blaming. As I said in the video yesterday, she is not a victim, she's a missing person. But the whole nation has turned against Lancashire Constabulary for their strange revelations at a very sensitive time. So this is Charlie Veitch reporting from St. Michael on WYRE, coming to you at lunchtime. Thank you very much for watching.